Welcome back. A deadly shooting spree hit the Atlanta area last night. 8 people are dead after attacks at 3 massage parlors where the majority of employees are Asian. 21-year-old Robert Aaron Long has been arrested and named as a suspect in the killings. Authorities say it's too early to determine if it was a hate crime. President Biden has been briefed on these shootings. This is happening as attacks on people of Asian descent in America are spiking, and overall violent crime is rising in big cities as well. Joining me now is Nancy Grace, host of America's Most Wanted Overtime and Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, both on Fox Nation. Nancy, good morning. Great to see you. Tell us about the show.
Well, the America's Most Wanted after show is really helping to catch fugitives that have been on the run for quite some time. In our very first episode, which of course follows America's Most Wanted on Fox, we focus on a mother who steals her own daughter away from the dad just after he gets full custody. Her name is Jennifer Settle. Then we go to one of the oldest guys ever on the Most Wanted list, Eugene Palmer. Yes, he may be an oldie, but let me tell you this. He gunned down a young mother of 2 children just as she drops them off at the school bus stop over money and land, I might add. And then we go with a notorious killer, Glenn Stewart Godwin. This guy has escaped Folsom, which is no easy thing, plus the El Chapo prison. He's killed multiple people. All 3 of them are on the run.
Nancy, let me just ask you to quickly get your takes, and someone who has so much experience in this, on what happened in Georgia, what happened in Atlanta overnight. I mean, this is really a trend that we're seeing in some ways across the country, the rise in crime.
The rise in crime has been incredible, especially since COVID. It's leading to so many frustrations and anger. In this particular case, I'm wondering, and I've prosecuted many hate crimes. Hate crimes, their prosecutions can get you an enhanced sentencing, but it's also another level of proof. You got to prove to a jury that this is why the crimes were committed. Typically, the state doesn't have to prove motive. But here you've got this 21-year-old guy, and he's caught on video. He's not even trying to hide his face, and he was very religious in high school, wouldn't even curse. So I'm wondering if this is Asian directed, sex worker directed. He once compared himself to the prodigal son. So is this some biblical revenge theory? We'll find out, because I'm sure he's talking. He goes to one massage parlor up in Cherokee County and guns down 4 people, shooting another that lives. Then he drives 30 miles almost to the Fulton County Superior Courthouse, to the red light district, Cheshire Bridge area, and then he goes into not one but 2 other massage parlors, one of them being the Gold Spa, one of them being the Aromatherapy Spa, gunning down women mostly, Asians mostly. Is it about sex workers? Don't know yet. Motive not revealed.
Yeah, they're going to do some more digging and try to give us more information. Gianna, I know you wanted to jump in here.
Nancy, thank you for joining us today. I wanted to ask you, will your show cover any major cities? For example, I'm from the city of Chicago, which has been violent for far too long. As an example, this past weekend, there was about 15 people shot in a club, which didn't seem to get much national play. Would you be focusing in on any of those very specific stories, or no?
Well, at Crime Stories, which we air a new episode every day, we have covered many crimes in Chicago and across the country, and crimes that don't make the headlines. I'm a crime victim. My fiance was gunned down dead shortly before our wedding. It didn't make the headlines. So I understand how it feels for your case to seem unimportant to other people when it's your whole world and your world explodes. So short answer, yes. Hey, you can actually look at our library of cases and programs we have put on the air, and I'd love to get your take on the crimes we cover all across the country, not just headlines.
Nancy, your new show streaming on Fox Nation, America's Most Wanted Overtime. I want to take a look at it here.
Lenny Godwin, you know he's changed his looks. Where do you think he is now?
I'll tell you, here's a guy that's been on the run for 3 decades, Nancy. He's comfortable somewhere, as I'm thinking, south of the border. He's done favors, if you will, for the cartel when he was in prison, and he is just a cold-blooded killer, this guy. Charismatic. He's a good-looking guy. Stands about 6'3". He could sell you your own shoes.
I don't think he's good-looking. I think he looks a little bit like Ted Bundy.
Nancy, tell us a little bit about putting this all together.
Well, you know what's interesting about the guy you just showed, Godwin? He had actually, we've had one guy that's actually went to law school for a period of time, and the comparisons are very, very eerie. Seemingly attractive to some people, good education, charismatic. A lot of these people, I don't think this guy's south of the border. I think he's living right here under our noses and getting away with it. And I want these people behind bars, not just because I think they will offend again, but for the crime victims' families that are still suffering.
Yeah, and of course, we commend your passion. Nancy Grace, we will be watching as well. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, guys.
Remember that America's Most Wanted Overtime and Crime Stories with Nancy Grace is streaming on Fox Nation now. Coming up, the digits that you've been waiting for.